it's cool to hear about. And I think people listening are going to want to hear more about you hear about the dash on a gravestone.
About the time that I came on to the business, that's when it really started to blow up. I came on to started with A plus. They had about 8 employees, and then we just started really working on training and different ways to processes and getting more refined and knowing our craft, basically knowing how to do garage doors better for the customer and giving the customer a better experience, and hired on some really good people, really good talent like myself to help with that. And we grew it. And now here we are 11 years later. I think we're about 170 employees.
It's cool to hear about. And I think people listening are going to want to hear more about you hear about the dash on a gravestone. I want to get into the dash between those 11 years of, okay, you started in 2015, here we are 2026. You went from 8 employees, now you're 170. Like, I want to dig into that dash a little bit today and talk about, like, what did you learn through the experience of scaling and starting the new branch and things like that. But first, I wanted to hear a little bit about, like, your sales experience. You said how valuable that boots on the ground experience was, and I did door to door sales for 4 years, right before I started my business, and then for 2 years as I started it, because it gave me the flexibility to say, okay, I'm going to work my tail off and make a good wage for 4 months out of the year, and then the other 8 months I can work on. I don't have to pull from my business. I can just pour back into it and live off of what I made through sales.
Very nice.
And so, it was great for me because not only was I financially able to not have to pull from my business, but it sharpened that saw for me, that sales side. So I speak to that. Like, how did getting boots on the ground experience in sales help you as you stepped into this ownership role and this, like, sales role to start that process of growing the business and expanding it and things like